I am so excited to talk to you guys about the Odyssey trailer. Oh wait, that's not the video we're doing? Okay, let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here. Happy 4th of July weekend to you. You can see I'm all decked out here. Wait a second. Actually, there we go. Now I'm all decked out. Hope you guys have had a great holiday weekend. Hope you guys set off some fireworks. But the question is, did you go to the theater? And if you did you go see the new Jurassic Park movie? Did you go see Jurassic World Rebirth? That's what we're talking about today. If you guys haven't seen it, there will be a non-spoiler review up on the channel, either before or after this, so I'll have it up there. You can view it at your leisure, but yeah, this will contain spoilers, so you want to get out of here if you care about being spoiled. So, Jurassic World Rebirth, I'm going to be frankly honest with you guys. I'm going to be real honest. I had very little excitement for this movie because I am just so burnt out on Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. But here we go. Jurassic World Rebirth. This stars Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, Rupert Friend, and a bunch of other people that you don't give a shit about. There are many, many plot holes in this movie, stupid decisions, writing that does not make sense, and I'm going to just try and discuss it. So I'll say this, it's better than Dominion. It's better than Fallen Kingdom. So it's definitely up there in terms of the more recent Jurassic World films. But I don't know, man. I'm just so burnt out on this world that we're living in this franchise. Where after Fallen Kingdom, you have dinosaurs exploring the Earth. They're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. They're in cities. They're in oceans. They are everywhere. And then Dominion did very little of that. One or two different scenes here and there. And then in Rebirth, we have a tiny little bit of dinosaurs out there in the world. But no, people in this franchise are burnt out on dinosaurs. They don't care. They don't care. Except for maybe Jonathan Bailey's character, who is trying to get some blood samples from 3 dinosaurs so that they can help fight back a disease. And there's Rupert Friend, who is this very corporate guy that from the trailers, I knew this was going to be the kind of character he was going to be. He obviously turns on them near the end because he wants it for his own selfish needs, and he wants the money, and he's all about corporate, do it for business. And Scarlett Johansson plays Zora Bennett. She's kind of this spec ops, soldier that's, willing to do anything to make some money on this deal. She has Mahershala Ali's character, Duncan, along for the ride. So, honestly, not really many characters to get killed here. There are, I think 4 deaths in this movie, maybe 4 or 5 deaths in this movie. At the very beginning, we see this mutation lab where they're doing mutations to dinosaurs, which, by the way, you get very little of that, too. They built that up heavy in the trailers, like, oh, these new dinosaurs are going to be mutations, they're going to look all creepy, they're going to look like the creatures from, Star Wars or something. But they hardly do anything with it. There are some neat chase scenes here and there, but nothing that memorable. And then in the end, when they actually have to fight this giant, I think they call it the D-Rex, it doesn't really pack much of a punch. There is a little bit of that horror vibe to it. They do try to bring some of the horror vibe back into it, which I did enjoy that. And there are sequences that I give credit to, and I'm like, yeah, that was actually really, really good. The boat scene in the earlier part of the film with the Spinosaurus, I really like that. There's a T-Rex chase with a raft. I really enjoyed that. But there's just other sequences in here where they're trying to build up some emotion, they're trying to build up some tension, and I'm just like, this is just all stuff that we've seen before. People seeing dinosaurs for the first time. They look like they are just entranced by these dinosaurs that they're seeing for the first time out here in the wild. I get it that earlier Jonathan Bailey's character was compelled by the fact that, I hadn't seen a dinosaur out in the wild in its actual habitat. And then when he finally sees it, he gets emotional. But they're building it up. They got the Jurassic Park theme, which I'm like, oh my god. Really? You're going to use one of my my absolute favorite piece of composed music for a movie to kind of try and sway me in one direction to like your film? no, it doesn't really work. Of course, I'm feeling something because I just love that music, but in the actual context of the film, it just doesn't hit for me like it does in the original Jurassic Park. And I'm not trying to. I'm not going into this movie. Like I said, I wasn't excited for it. I wasn't going into this movie expecting something to top the original film. Not at all. But just what they give us just felt kind of mediocre, and it felt like a cop out where you have all these dinosaurs all over the world and you can do so much with that concept, and yet in the first like 10 minutes of this movie they say no, the dinosaurs can only survive at this one point by the equator, so everywhere else these dinosaurs are dying. So it's like, that's just such a cop out way of not having to address the issue of dinosaurs all over the world. They're just gonna die. They're just gonna die, decompose, and go off somewhere because they aren't by the equator. Which, by the way, there is this little tiny dinosaur that this little girl, I'll get to the family in a second. This family is coming in T-Rex, dinosaur infested waters. There's a whole other stupid area to discuss that side of things. But there's a little girl that gets a dinosaur, she connects with it, and she wants to bring it home. And in the end, she does seem like she's taking it home. So she has condemned that dinosaur to death because it's not going to survive outside of where they are, where the equator is. So that's a gigantic plot hole and something that is quite sad, actually, because I was enjoying that little tiny dinosaur. It was, somewhat enjoyable. I like the puppetry to it. I like when they use puppets instead of CGI in these movies. But you're killing that dinosaur. You're bringing it home to die. Yeah, let me talk about this family. Oh, man. Talk about a subplot that I could not give less of a crap about. This family comes in. They are in dinosaur-infested waters. They have to know that there are dinosaurs in this area. There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no... I'm not accepting this. Dinosaurs are everywhere now. Freaking everywhere. And you're gonna just calmly sail your boat. And this is not this is a sailboat that needs attention to it. Like, you have to pay attention. And you have these mosasaurs around, and they're splashing. I mean, like, what the hell did you expect? And then you get the Spinosauruses in there, and of course the boat gets knocked over. You have a dad, his two daughters, and then a boyfriend character to the eldest daughter, and he's annoying. They try to do some comedy with him where he is peeing, and then a raptor seems like it's about to kill him, which I'm like, yes, please, give us some more body count in this movie. No, that raptor is killed by another dinosaur, and then he's like, I can continue peeing. None of the comedy really hits in this movie. None of it. None of it, none of it, none of it. And the performances, even though you have people that I really love to see on screen in this movie, like Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson, they are just not giving it in this movie. Like, I'm not saying that it's their fault. I think it's more of a script and a directing issue. Gareth Edwards, I just don't think that he gave them enough in this movie, because there's emotional moments, attempts at emotion with their characters where they're trying to explore their past and like their trauma. Like Mahershala Ali, Duncan's character, he has lost a son, so whenever the kid gets involved in the situation, he's immediately looking out for her, which I admired that. I did like him. And then Scarlett Johansson, Zora, she's just, I don't know, she just plays it so stoic in this movie. There's very little, I don't feel the emotion coming out of her in this movie, which sucks, because I love Scarlett Johansson. I will watch her in anything. Probably the most emotional performance in the movie, the best one, I would say, is probably Jonathan Bailey. Like, Jonathan Bailey does a really good job in this movie, I think. Where you have that emotion, where he cares so much about these dinosaurs, he cares about helping the world with this potential cure to this disease through these blood samples from the dinosaurs, and he is constantly trying to fight back against Rupert Friend's plan of like selling this, mass producing it. He's like, we should just take this out and not put a patent on it and just put it out to the people, and that's what they end up doing in the end. So it's a happy conclusion to that. Rupert Friend gets eaten by that D-Rex, the mutated T-Rex alien xenomorph Rancor from Star Wars looking thing that they hardly use, because you think there's going to be some big action sequence where it's chasing them down, they have to hide under cars and do all kinds of cool stunts, but no. Really, Duncan just takes a red flare, he starts going around, he's like, hey, follow me, while the others get away in this little tiny boat that's not even as big as the sailboat that we saw earlier, or the big boat that Mahershala Ali was driving. in that earlier action sequence that I enjoyed with the Spinosaurus. Really intense stuff there. No, this is just a tiny little boat. They are all going to die as soon as they leave. They're all gonna just die. That's my ending for this movie. Everyone dies. Oh, that's probably not what's gonna happen, though, I swear. Because Duncan has plot armor. He gets away from the D-Rex somehow. And he gets back on the boat with them, and they ride away, and the Jurassic Park theme swells. And I'm just like, man, thank you for just making me feel nothing from that music. Overall, guys, I'm giving Jurassic World Rebirth a 6 out of 10. Like I said, there's enough enjoyable action and dinosaur stuff in here for me to say, yeah, this is a fine watch. I would watch it again, I guess, with family, because my dad will probably want to watch it. It's just something to pass the time. It's not anything new. If you were hoping that this would be a movie to win you over after Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, I don't think it's going to completely win you over. You're going to be like, oh, that was better than the last two, but we still aren't covering much ground here. We aren't getting back to that same feel of the original film. And yeah, the movie does try in certain areas to get back to that original feel, but I don't know if it ended up working in their favor. But alright, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you thought of Jurassic World Rebirth down in the comments below. Let me know if you thought the script was up to par. How are the performances? Did you like the dinosaur action? Tell me all that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Once again, have a happy 4th of July weekend. Take care, and goodbye.